Hello everybody, I am the Third Commission, and you guys are watching the TTC on Blitz YouTube channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Tier 9 Swedish heavy tank, the Emil 2. So first up we're going to start with a look of its stats and armor, and then we're going to move into a review by yours truly, me. So first of all, in general, we got 2,100 hit points, hull armor, 110 on the front, 80 on the sides, and 50 on the back. The turret armor is 175 on the front, 70 on the sides, and 37 in the back. You got a bunch of other stuff here that I might just save for time's sake, but I'm going to leave it up here for a second in case there's anything you want to see. So talking more about the Emil 2, this was actually one of my favorite tanks. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't as fantastic and powerful as the Emil 1 for its tier, and the Kronwagen is definitely better than it, but I still liked it nonetheless. So looking into the armor, I'm just going to take away the spec sheet, and this is how the Emil 2 looks. So on the front armor you got 110, but actually 289 millimeters of effective armor because of the way it's sloped and also the pike nose design. This armor I've noticed gets like a few troll bounces when you're backing away or maneuvering quite vigorously, but the lower plate at only 182 millimeters thick at tier 9 is going to be the biggest target and gets penned quite easily. The turret we're looking at 175 base millimeters and 270 millimeters of effective armor. And this will get you your bounces from standard shells in medium tanks, light tanks, heavy tanks, and tank destroyers, especially on the bigger side. The bigger guns can definitely pen it with just standard shells, and it will be penned by most APCR shells. Now, when you're using all 9 degrees of its gun depression, actually, it goes up to 364 millimeters. So a lot of tanks are going to have a really tough time penning that when you're in your 9 degrees of gun depression. And same goes for your hull, that goes to 601 millimeters of effective armor when you are using your 9 degrees of gun depression. They're not going through that. Just got to make sure not to show that little tip there, because sniper tanks or people with good aim can definitely penetrate through that. Moving on to the side, we have your side armor at 80 millimeters. There's nothing you're going to do about that. You're going to be penned. Best chances to get absorbed by the tracks that are 200 effective millimeters thick. Kind of triggering, not going to lie. I've hit a couple of those. 123 millimeters on the side. 71 in the back. That is tough, especially since that is where your ammo is kept, being an auto reloader system. In the back here, we got 39 millimeters. Going to be susceptible to a lot of HE shells. Same with the back at only 53 millimeters. And that concludes the 360 view of the Emil 2's armor, and I will see you guys in a second for the replay. Welcome back to the Emil 2 review. We are now in the game, and I'm going to be showing you the replay I had on the Emil 2 just a couple months ago. It's in favorites here. I was playing the Emil 2 on Canyon, and let's go ahead and watch that. So this was an ace game by me. I didn't do anything spectacular. Anything super incredible. I think I got around 5k damage, but it's just a good game. I'm going to show you the Emil 2 strengths, weaknesses. I'm not sure, don't really remember the game a ton, but I'm going to try my best to commentate over it. And yes, so here we go. One of the best things by far about the Emil 2 is definitely I really like its gun. Its gun is pretty fantastic. Just that damage and that clip potential, it just hurts. It's definitely not as quick to reload all the shells, I believe, as like an AMX 5120, but it definitely has the same damage potential as it. It also has a longer interclip at 3.5 seconds, which doesn't make it as deadly, but still pretty effective because it has armor. It goes pretty fast. It's a pretty good speed, pretty reasonable, at about 25 average kilometer, I'd say, effective on ground. But with that super speed booster, you can reach higher speeds of up to 30. So right now, I'm pushing the heavy side of Canyon with the mouse and the Bat Chat 25 AP, which is driven by Electric General. My younger brother, actually, I've platooned with him quite a bit. Stay tuned for videos in the future. So right now, their enemy BK, T-54, been spotted in the middle. I think that's where majority of their tanks are sitting right now. I'm choosing to push over the middle in hopes of getting shots in the T-54, knowing I'm covered from both sides. There's my massive alpha, 340 55. I'm gonna hit him again. 87. One more for the third shot. Boom. And that is the clip potential that you just see in the ML2. Pretty fantastic, actually. Yeah, and then being an auto reloader system, you can have that one shell again in 11 seconds, rip another 400 into them. So, yep. And continuing on with the replay, I believe I'm going to push over that in the VK72. Now, take a look. I'm not going to do this now, but that shell went easily through the lower plate of the ML2. There's that super not strong armor there, especially with the wide lower plate. Yep. Other than that, we're going to be pushing over, get a couple shots with the VK. There you go. One shot. Alright, 2 shots to clear them off. There you go. Another solid 800 damage, I'm pretty sure, something around there. 700 into him. And we're back on the reload without even having to reload the clip. It's going to be a shorter reload of the clip. Oh, fantastic Wi-Fi working its magic. So right now it is a 5 versus 4 situation. And we have the hit points, I believe. We're still doing good. My VAT chat's a little weak, but our 72 OK is dying over there a little bit as he's fighting the other tanks. So I'm choosing to take a shot into the Z100 because it's the easy shot. I'm just gonna take it just to get that damage out. Thus, no harm, no foul. Just reload the shells you're missing. Now I'm pushing over to clear the Waffenträger because that is one of the most dangerous tanks on the enemy team. That big 640 damage shell, yeah, just like that, apart, and its reload speed is not too long. I take an unnecessary shot from the IS-7 there. Should not have been crossing that aggressively. I hit the Waffenträger for a big HE shell of 522 damage. He makes a bad play. I hit the gun. That thing's gun is the most infuriating thing to hit for only a low roll of 138. Now I'm capturing the base to try to gain supremacy points in case our team goes south. I'm only sitting on 308 shells, so I cannot afford to take a hit from any of their other tanks, for I'm a one-shot. Now this Waffenträger is going to be escaping. I'm thinking maybe I can get an HE shell into him. He was looking at me, turns away. I'm lucky. He HE'd the front of my turret, didn't even penetrate it, and now I'm going to miss that final killing shot. Okay, nice job, and that leaves me at 23 health. We are now at 3,657 damage, with still 3 tanks to clear for the victory. Now, I'm reloading the shell. Waffenträger disappears. What am I going to do? Peek it like an idiot. I should have died there, but my insane sniper skills, I just destroyed this man. Now I'm sitting at 23 health, a one-shot. It's me and the Moss Legionary versus the IS-7 and the Progetto. Now the Progetto has a fantastic clip. It's an auto reloader. It does a lot of damage. I need to clear the Progetto. Luckily, my Moss does it for me, and now it's just me and him versus the IS-7. IS-7 hurts fantastic. So now Moss has 1,154 health. I have 23. It's a pretty easy game. So, yep, I said you're crap. Nothing else in the chat. Just wargaming this other thing. And that ends the game at 4,791 damage. I didn't do anything spectacular, but it just showcases the fantastic clip damage and maneuverability of the ML2. It is a mastery H tank. Oh, I can't say my words. It's an ace tanker, 3 kills, 4,791 damage, 2,895 base experience, and that was a pretty good game. So that is my review on the ML2. I think it's a pretty great tank. It's definitely probably the weaker, I'd say, considered between the Kronwagen and the ML1. ML1 being really, really strong, Kronwagen being really, really strong, ML2 being strong, just strong. But definitely 100% worth grinding that line. A lot of those tanks are pretty fantastic to play, and not a whole ton of skill involved. And yeah, so thank you for watching my first commentary video on the TTC on Blitz channel, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.